when I'm lonely in the dark. I know you are with me, yeah. Don't you see that I need you so much? Don't you see that I love you so much? Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love. Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love. Can disappear and they won't find us where we are going, dear. So baby, hold on to me, 'cause I know I can make you believe. We climb the greatest heights, jump down and have a fight, and that's all we'll ever like. But that can never change my mind. When it's good, it's amazing. When it's bad, it's uneasy. I wouldn't have it another way. There's no other way. When it hurts like this, ever like, ever like, ever like, ever like, ever like, ever like. When it hurts like this, ever like, ever like, ever like, ever like, ever like. When it hurts like this, we hold each other high, but we fall 1,000 times. But I'd never say goodbye or ever leave this stuff behind. When it's good, it's amazing. When it's bad, it's uneasy. I wouldn't have it another way. There's no other way. When it hurts like this, ever like, ever like, ever like, ever like, ever like, ever like. When it hurts like this, ever like, ever like, ever like, ever like, ever like, when it hurts like this.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our clouds when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied
Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in to watch our Samson Properties virtual session here. I am Donny Samson. I'm our CEO here at Samson Properties, and I appreciate the time you take to invest in learning a little bit more about our company. I'm very excited about all the things we have going on, all the things I'm going to try to get through here in the next hour session, or hour, maybe hour and a half, depends. I'm a little talkative. If you are watching on Facebook, welcome. It's great to see you on Facebook. If you're on joinsamson.com, there's a lot of other recruiting information here on the website. You can download our full recruiting booklet that I'm going to be kind of going over in my head here. I've got it memorized. But you can download that recruiting book if you want to remember all the things I'm talking about later or kind of go through it as I talk. If you're on Facebook, you can always download that booklet later on joinsamson.com. But we'll have graphics on the screen that you can follow along with as we talk. There's also a phone number on the bottom of the screen here, a text phone number. If you text in questions at the end here, I'm going to answer all your questions that you text in throughout the presentation. I am also available afterwards by phone, email, Zoom, in person if you have more questions that you'd like to talk through that I don't cover here in the presentation. We have a full booklet on joinsamson.com like I talked about. But before I dive into that, I'd like to start the presentation with a little bit of an overview of Samson Properties, where we're at today, how we got to where we are here. My dad, Donny Samson, is our owner. He looks a lot like me, a little bit more gray hair and 19 years older. But Donny is been selling real estate since 1986. He started Samson Companies in 2000, so he's been doing it for a little bit of a long time there. I joined in 2003, and originally when my dad started selling at Samson Companies, his initial thought was he was just going to have his own team. He didn't like to play by another broker's rules. He was just going to have his own little brokerage, couple guys on his team and an admin, and kind of do it that way. Well, 20 years later and 4,500 realtors, it's got a little bit bigger than that small team he started with. In 2003, I got my license, wanted to join my dad and get into be my own boss and sell real estate and all that kind of fun stuff, like a lot of us, why we get into the real estate industry. But from 2000 to 2011, we were what I would call an 80-20 company. So 80% to the realtor, 20% to the company, and that was a great split in the early 2000s for those of you that were around back then. Well, a couple things happened during the rise of real estate, 03 to 06, and then the fun 06 to 2011 timeframe that we kind of crashed through a little bit there is realtors started to get tighter, 85-15, 90-10, 100% companies were starting to come on there. We also, during this time frame, opened our own title company in 2009, Cardinal Title Group. What we realized was when we have a title transaction, we're making pretty good money there. Well, how do we get more title transactions? Well, we need more realtors. How do we get more realtors? Well, maybe we need to think about our splits here because some of our more experienced realtors were all of a sudden wanting bigger splits. So for a few months, we dissected it each way, up and down and sideways, and we decided to make the jump in 2011 to become a 100% company. Well, at that point, we had 150 realtors. They all loved it because they got a 20% raise overnight. But we decided, look, we're going to have to recruit. We're going to have to build up our agent base because, 100% just the transaction fee isn't going to pay the bills, and we got to get more agents to have more transactions at the title side. But if we're being stereotypical, what we think of as an 80-20 company is we're going to get tools, resources, education, staff, offices, lots of great things to enjoy, but we're going to pay that 20%. We're okay with that because there's trade-offs. And when you think of a 100% company, you think, well, I'm going to get what I pay for. I'm going to keep all my money, but they're not going to bother me. But I'm okay with that. I don't need all the services. Well, we want it to be both. What if we could be that full-service, great real estate company, a full-service real estate company with tools, resources, education, things to help you make more money, and we let you keep all your money along the path? Well, that's kind of the win-win, right? So we set out on a path to try to create that company. We didn't have it in 11, but we started recruiting agents in 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We were at about 700, 800 agents, and my dad then came to me and said, Don, I need some help running the place. So from 2003 to 2016, I had been selling real estate. I was pretty successful. Sold over $300 million in my career. My team at the last few years was doing $40, $50 million a year, and things were good. I came out, why do I tell you that I was successful in real estate? It's not to brag, oh, Donny, great, you sold a few homes. It's because my dad was a realtor for all those years, and then I was for all those years. So I've been all the places that you are. I've been on the hood of cars negotiating contracts. I've been up late at night with the home inspection list with 52 items on it, and the seller doesn't want to fix a darn thing, and the seller won't drop the price because their house is better than every house on the street, even though it's the exact same. We've been in all of those places, and I know kind of the struggles of a realtor. So what that helps me to do is run a real estate company that's by realtors for realtors. Every decision I make, it's never about can we make more money here. It's always about can this help our realtors be more successful. If I was a realtor today, would I want this program? Could this help me succeed? Would this make my job easier? Would this make me more successful? So that history has really helped me. So in 2016, I came over to help my dad as the COO. For the next 3 years, I worked as our COO, and my dad and I, we helped create all the different projects and all the different resources, and a lot of the things you're going to hear about over the next hour, we've added brick by brick by brick to build this amazing foundation now that builds out our company. 2019, I became our CEO. My dad moved into retirement, and now I run all the operations and everything for this big ship we've got going here. But what I think we've created is this amazing real estate company with tons of tools, resources, education, everything that can help you succeed, and we let you keep all your money. So we think we've created this great win-win. Now, how does it work, Donny? Well, realtors are so thankful that we've created this great environment for them to succeed in that they say, hey, Donny, how can I give back? Well, try and use our title company as much as you can. If you use the title company, we're going to take those resources and we're going to pour it back and make the Samson Properties and Cardinal Title Group better. This win-win circle has just been tremendous. So over the next hour, you're going to hear me talk about a lot of things, but it's never going to be about how can I charge you more money or make more money off you. It's always about how can I make you more successful. If I make you more successful and help you sell more homes, then yes, I'll collect a couple fees. Hopefully I'll use Cardinal Title Group. And when you see other realtors around, you're going to be like, I love it at Samson. You've got to consider coming here. That's how we keep growing. So I'm playing the long game. If I take great care of you, everybody's going to be taken care of in the long run. We have a couple company rules and an idea that our company's built behind that I like to kind of go over before I jump into specifics. Our two main rules are be nice and be professional. I know, they're super simple, but we're all going to make mistakes in life. We make mistakes, we don't always negotiate everything the best way, or we mess up here, we mess up there, but if we treat people nice and we treat people like pros and we act like pros with other realtors, with our clients, with our staff, then we're all going to get along and move forward together. So I think that they're impactful rules, and they're rules that I love because when we talk about it, we try to think of Samson Properties as one big family. And if people can't follow those rules and they can't act the right way or act nice or act professional, then they can't be in our family anymore. And it's super important to me, our reputation, as we grow bigger and bigger and bigger, to make sure that we have our eyes on what's in front of us is making sure we have great ethics, a great family, we treat people the right way, we're professional, and we're nice in the industry out there. So those are major focuses of ours. The last thing that my dad built this company on, which I love, is this idea of pay it forward. So pay it forward is a popular movie 20 years ago. It was a saying, it's like, somebody does something for you. Don't pay it back, pay it forward. And that's really, when you think about it, that's what our whole concept is about, right? We're going to pour into you. Don't pay it back. Pay it forward. Try and use Cardinal. You guys use Cardinal. We're going to take that money. We're going to pay it forward and make a better company for everybody. Our top agents and everybody in our company has really embraced this pay it forward attitude as well, because what they do is we've got a lot of agents that teach classes for free to all of our realtors just because they want to give back. We were all new once, or we were all inexperienced at one point. And unless we had more experienced agents and great agents come alongside of us and teach us the ropes and help us figure out how to market better here or do things better here, none of us would have gotten to the place that we were today. So we love that our agents pay it forward. They're always trying to help each other out and help each other succeed. So that's a little bit of kind of where we got to where we are here in 2021. I guess we're near the end of summer 2021. We'll talk more about stats and recruiting and locations and all that kind of stuff in a second. But I like to kind of wrap up where we started and where we are today and dive in. So we start with the money, because look, I can think you guys think I'm a nice guy and we're a lot of nice people, but the money's important. I get that. So we're a 100% commission company. We have two fees. No monthly fees, no E&O, nothing like that. But two fees, and they're only transactional fees. One, our broker or our admin fee. It's $345 on every single transaction. Now, all agents pay this, but 97% of our agents are having their clients pay that on the Alta as an admin fee, and then we collect that, so nothing coming out of your commission. So $345 on every deal. Now, the second fee will only apply to some of you. It's our $495 transaction fee. So this is the part that would come out of your commission, whatever you've earned on the listing or buy side, but you only pay that $495 until you make it into the Cardinal Club. Once you're in the Cardinal Club, the $495 is waived forever. For the rest of your career, you never pay a $495 fee. Well, how do I get in the Cardinal Club? That sounds pretty good. Well, you can see there on the screen a couple of the key points. 3 million or 8 transactions in the last 12 months. So it's a rolling 12 months. So right now, if you're sitting here watching the screen right now, and in the last 12 months, you've done at least 3 million or at least 8 transactions, sales transactions, then you would qualify for Cardinal Club from day one. You would walk into our company, you'd be Cardinal Club, you would never pay a $495 fee ever in your career, never $1 out of your commission. Just collect that $345 admin fee. That's pretty great. Now, a couple different ways you can get in. Let's say you've done 2 million and 6 transactions in the last year or last 6, 8, 10 months. Well, great. You join us. That counts. Okay, so you keep rolling. You sell a couple houses. Now you think you've got 8 or 3 million in the last 12 months. You shoot us an email. We check it up. Look, looks great. You look good. You qualify. We tell accounting. We change you on our list to a Cardinal Club. We throw confetti in the air, and everybody's happy. All that's true except no confetti. No confetti. It would get really messy around here. We get a lot of people making the Cardinal Club. But once you get in the Cardinal Club, you never have that $495 again. Really pretty good. Now, if you're brand new, great. We were all new at once. You just start selling, and as soon as you get to 8 transactions or 3 million within any rolling 12-month period, you're in forever after that. So we have 18 or 1,900 people, I should know that number exactly, in the Cardinal Club right now out of our 4,500 realtors. So we got a lot of people in the Cardinal Club, and we'd love to get you in. The last other way you can get in the Cardinal Club is teams. So I like to use my example over here of Mr. John Smith with ABC Realty. John gets a lot of play from me. But John Smith with ABC Realty, right now John did $10 million last year, and John would walk in from the Cardinal Club, obviously. Well, John has 4 team members, and maybe they've done anywhere from 2 to 6 transactions or $1 million or 2 each. They're less experienced, but they're getting going. Well, those 4 wouldn't qualify for the Cardinal Club on their own, but because they're on John's team and John's Cardinal Club, they're all Cardinal Club. What we want to do is we make it easier for those teams to grow and have that whole pie to split up. When you're in a team, you might be willing to take 70-30, 60-40, 50-50 splits, depending whatever your team breakout is. But when you have to give 10 or 20% to the company off the top, or $1,000 off the top, or even the $495 off the top, there's less for y'all to split up. I don't want people to be like, oh, let's put it in your name so we don't have the fee, or oh, now all of a sudden that 60-40 feels like 40-60, or the 70-30 feels like 50-50 because the company dollar comes off first. We want to have that whole pie for you to split up so that teams can grow and flourish a lot easier under a Samson property system. The other thing to consider with John, for my example over here, is John might be coming from a company and he spent $30,000 he paid into his company dollar last year. Well, his 4 teammates, let's say they paid $15,000 each. Well, 15 times 4 is 60, and plus 30 is $90,000 that they paid in. $90,000 that team paid to the company. It's a lot of money. Well, what I would say is, look, John, keep your 30 grand, keep some money off the top, put it away for savings, put it away for a rainy day. What was he going to do for that other 60 grand? Imagine if he poured that money back into his business. Instead of paying the pockets of the company that he's working for, he put that 5 grand a month into his own business. 5 grand a month. Do you know how much money you would make with 5 grand a month of extra marketing or extra referral parties or client parties or Facebook ads or postcards or brochures or HOA newsletter ads or whatever it is you want to spend that 5 grand a month on? You know, I heard a good one today is a guy to put up 1,000 signs all over the area he wants to farm. Whatever it is that you want to do, that 5 grand a month, if you're spending it anything close to smart, you spend 5 grand a month, you should get, let's say, 2 deals off it. They're going to make you 15, 20 grand a month. So it's not just the 60 grand you pay to the company, it's that money could make you $150,000, $200,000 in the next year if you invest it back into your business. That's a lot of money and a lot of leads that can grow that team. So think about the fact that you can reinvest the money. Instead of giving it to the company, keep it in your pocket, or you can reinvest it in your own business and grow your business once you come to Samson. So that's a lot of the Cardinal Club, the $345 that everybody has to pay, then the $495 that you pay until you get into the Cardinal Club, and that's all the 100% breakdown. The next things I want to talk about is our locations. So we have 32 locations, soon to be 33. I'm working on Frederick, Maryland right now. If you join Samson Properties, you join one, you join them all. We are all owned by Samson. All locations are not each individually owned and operated. There's no fighting for, oh, well, you can't use our paper. You can't. Look, we're all big one happy family. If Alexandria is your home office and you happen to be in Tyson's today, great, pop in, use the Tyson's office. Use McLean. Pop into Chantilly headquarters and work. Whatever it is that works for you, you can use any of our offices. They are all free to pop in, do printing, do work, use the computers, meet your clients in the conference rooms. All those are free to do. If you want to rent private spaces, we have those available for $250 to $500 a month, depending on size and window and all that kind of stuff. Now, why do I have so many offices? I mean, a lot of people are saying, well, we don't need offices today, or if the pandemic taught us anything, we can work from home. I think that's all true, but I think I have offices for 3 main reasons, and I'm going to continue to double down on offices as we move forward. Is this. 1, real estate is a lonely business sometimes, right? When things are going good, things are going good. But what if you have a bad month or 6 weeks, or nothing new is happening for you? It can be a lonely world to stare at those same 4 walls in your home office and nothing new. New ideas, no fresh thoughts, no new juice, no new energy, no new, okay, well, I went to this. Some people like to just have that office to get in there once or twice a month. Go to a sales meeting. Go to a mastermind session. Hear what other people are doing. Go to that happy hour, that bagel breakfast, or whatever it is you want to do to connect with those other realtors in that office and change your venue, change your mindset to get other thoughts. So we love to have those offices for just those refreshers and people to pop in and get new energy and juice from. The second one is to have somewhere to meet your clients. I mean, you can meet in Starbucks and you can meet at random places, but that's not as professional and as good a feel. What if you're out showing houses all day and you say, okay, we'd like to write a contract? Well, I don't want to sit down at Starbucks and write that contract. What if I can pull into a beautiful Samson location, sit in the conference room or sit at the open work areas and sit with my clients and go over in a nice professional environment the biggest financial decision of their lives, how to talk through the contract, how to talk through the details, and how we're going to go about this. That makes me feel like a pro. But we have so many offices all over that you can hit a Samson Properties location within 10 or 15 minutes of almost wherever you are around the DMV looking for homes, which is super convenient. The third reason is a little bit selfish for both of us. We make all of our money, pretty much, obviously, we said, at Cardinal Title Group. Well, back 10 years ago, I'm out selling, and our headquarters is in here in Chantilly. Well, let's assume that I'm out in Alexandria, and I work hard, and I ratify a contract on a townhouse, and I'm all excited, and I'm high-fiving, the buyer's happy. And then the next day, the buyer says, all right, Donny, well, where's Cardinal Title Group? And listing agents, all right, Donny, we ratified a Cardinal. Where's that? Oh, it's in Chantilly. Come on, Donny, we're not going 50 minutes away to go to closing. We've got to have a location closer to the property for the seller, for the buyer, for walkthrough, all those things. Well, if I ask you to help me, I'm going to help you help me. So now You can close in any of our Cardinal Title, or any of our Samson Properties locations they share with Cardinal Title Group. They've got Cardinal Title staff members in like 24 out of the 32 locations every day that are there to meet you and greet you, and you can build relationships with and build up the synergy between the two companies. You can close in our home load. You get that home field advantage. But you also have a variance of, okay, I work in Alexandria all the time, but today I happen to have a property I'm selling in Reston. Well, great, close at the Reston office. Close at Chantilly, close at Leesburg, close at Gainesville. We've got great opportunities for you all over to close it somewhere close to the property, still work with that same processors and same staff that you get to know with Cardinal. So there's a really good symbiotic relationship going there that is only enhanced by me increasing staff and increasing offices for you to be able to work through. So those are a lot of the main reasons that we gained these offices, and it's really been great for our culture to grow these up. We've actually gone from 21 to 32 offices since the pandemic started because we've wanted to build that footprint out. The next thing I'll talk a little bit about is our company growth. So it's almost humbling to talk about these numbers. Well, it is humbling, but it's almost hard to believe that I'm saying the numbers I am. We're about to pass 4,500 realtors as a company. 4,500 realtors. We have gained over 1,300 realtors in the last year, almost 800 this year in 2021 alone. We're at about 100 to 120 realtors every month. And how are you gaining that many realtors? Well, the coolest part about the way that we're growing agents is this. I have two passions when it comes to when we run this company. I run the company with the first passion is I want to create a company that helps you succeed and sell more homes than you did last month and last year and before that. If I can continue to make you better and help you sell more homes, then you're going to be happy, you're going to be more successful, we're all going to drive off that. The second passion I have is creating a company that people love working for. If they love working here, they're going to tell all their friends that you should come work here. They're going to tell anybody they come across, hey, Samson's a great place to work, you need to consider it. Right now I'm running a company with 4,500 people and 3,200 offices. That's a lot going on. When you sit in my shoes, sometimes you feel like there's always something to fix and it's never going to be perfect, right? Well, there's one thing that gives me solace at the end of every single day is that 85% of the people every month that join Samson Properties were referred by a current Samson Properties realtor. 85%. So if I bring in 100 realtors this month, 85 of them were told by a current Samson Properties realtor, you need to come work at Samson. That is an awesome, awesome feeling. And if I just keep taking care of everybody the best I can, then they're going to continue to tell people to come. Down there you see also a couple graphics on the screen. The Real Trends report came out. It actually came out in March. And for last year, we were 36th largest in the country in volume at $5.6 billion. $5.6 billion last year. Now, what's crazy is I just got numbers. It's the end of July right now. From July 1 to July 1, and our company from July 1 to July 1 has sold over $8 billion in real estate. Over $8 billion. It's crazy. So we'll have more numbers to come out by the end of the year, and I'm sure that number will go way up. But we went up 47% from 19 to 20, and I think from 20 to 21, we're probably going to go up another 50 or 60% as far as volume. And I didn't sell any of those homes, but our realtors were out there selling hard. So it's super exciting the growth and how people are just recruiting others and they're all just selling more real estate. The other stat I'm going to hit before I kind of move on to the next section is this. So these July stats I just got out. They compared all of our realtors that worked for us from July 1, 19 to July 1, 2020. In that year, that 12 months, they did $3.5 billion in business. Fantastic. $3.5 billion. Those same realtors from July 1, 2020 to July 1, 2021, so the following 12 months, did over $5.5 billion in real estate. $3.5 billion to $5.5 billion. That's a 59% increase year over year. That stat was maybe the most exciting thing I've ever heard, because that means that our current realtors improved their business 60% year over year working here. Why? How does that happen? A couple things. One, I think we do a great job training. I think we do a great job with our tools, our print center, our KV core, our concierge, all the things I'm going to talk about here coming up after this. The other thing that happens is this, the point I made at the beginning. The more you have all of your money to now work with once you come here, now you're much more willing to put 10 or 20% of your money back into marketing to get more deals. When you're already giving your company 20 or 30% of your deals, then you feel tighter on the money you make and you're not as willing to invest in your own marketing. But if you're getting 100%, a lot of people are much more willing to invest in marketing because they know if they spend the $1,000 a month, they're going to get it back. They're just afraid to spend it when they're having to give money to the brokerage. Keep all your money, invest back in your business, and your business too could go from $3.5 billion to $5.5 billion, which is what our company did, which is amazing, and I'm super proud of that. I'm going to try not to hack a lung into the mic the whole time today. Next thing I'm going to talk about is some of these tools that we give you as part of working for us. So if you push forward to KV Core for me, Ethan. So the next thing that I talk about is KV Core. So we have a couple years ago, we had a hole in our system that we didn't offer any website platform or any CRMs or anything great when it came to this space. So I did a lot of research. I searched every tech stack in the industry and dissected them for 2 or 3 hours each. And I got down to the top 2 or 3 in the industry that I thought were great. It became clear to me that KV Core was the BMW, the luxury, the Cadillac, the luxury, the best one in the business. Now, could I afford it for all of our agents? Well, agents were telling me, they're like, well, I spend $1,200 a month or I spend $1,300 a month. You should get KV Core for everybody. I'm like, are you kidding me? I can't spend $1,200 a month. At the time, it was 3,000 agents. But turns out you go to New York. I met with the leaders of my top 3 tech stacks, and when you have 3,000 realtors, they shrink that price down a little bit for you. So every single thing you see scrolling on the screen here about KV Core, all for free. We give it for free to every single one of our realtors. Now, what does it do? It's got a free customizable website for you. DonnySamson.com, you get your own website. Now, don't use DonnySamson.com. That's my name. Pick your own name, do your own thing. It's not going to work very well if you try to be my name. But I'm on my soapbox issue for a second here. If Sue over here recommends, Ethan to come call Donny and he's going to be your realtor, what's Ethan going to do before he even calls Donny? He's going to Google me. If you don't have a website and you can't market yourself out there, then you can't possibly market their home or be a good realtor for them. So I think you have to have your own website. It doesn't have to be the most amazing website that's ever walked the face of the earth, but you got to have a professional representation of yourself. Well, I'm going to give you a free one that looks good that you can customize and make your own. So free websites, smart CRMs. Difference between a smart CRM and a not-so-smart CRM is a not-so-smart CRM, you just put it in your Excel spreadsheet and you put in all your contacts and there it is, and you have to manipulate it from there. A smart one, what they do is they take, let's say I'm putting out all these ads and all these other landing pages and feeds that I'm putting out there to advertise myself. Anytime somebody clicks it, if Danielle clicks my ad, it's going to pull down Danielle's information. It's going to tell me everything that they can from the internet about Danielle within 60 seconds. And it's going to set it up so it starts nurturing Danielle. So Danielle can turn from a prospect to a future client, customer, and friend of mine through the CRM. So it really helps to manipulate and work to turn prospects into clients through their CRM software. It's got listing activity reports. It's got listing market snapshots. So this is big. When I got out of the business, I had over 400 people that were getting a market snapshot from me every month. You all probably do the cheesecake of the month and winterize your hose bibs. And look, those are fine. They're good. Keep doing your stuff. But what does everybody care about? Everybody cares about the market around them. Look, I'm in real estate. I live in my house. I don't plan on moving for 10 years. My kids are in school, and I don't want to move. But anybody pops up on my street, you can bet I'm pulling that house up quick to see what does their house look like? What are they listed for? I wonder if they'll get it. We all care about what's going on in the market around us. I want to be the provider of information to everybody I know, my sphere of influence, my past clients, the people I know. They're all going to get a market snapshot branded with my face, my information, and give them the updated information about their neighborhood every month. Now, not only, look, they might not sell for 3 or 4 years, but they're going to remember you as their real estate professional to reach out to you for questions or to refer out because I'm branding them myself to them every single month. All that market snapshots, free, built into KV Core system. The next thing it does is it gives you 3 different kinds of apps for you to use with KV Core. The first app is like your robot coach. So you use that coach to, every day you walk in and it's going to say, oh, who should I reach out to today? Well, Danielle has looked at your market snapshot 5 times this week. Hey, Danielle, how's it going? I'm not going to say, hey, Danielle, I see you've hit my market snapshot 5 times this week. It's creepy and weird, and they're not going to want to reach back out to you. They're going to take you out of their CRM. So reach out to Danielle. It might say, hey, look, Lucia's been looking for homes on my website all week. She's hit 10 homes this week. Hey, Lucia, how's it going? Things good? She's going to, yeah, I've been thinking about buying. I've been thinking about renting. I've been thinking about doing whatever. they're going to give you triggers by looking around your site, and it's going to tell you who to best reach out to make those connections and want to do it. See, CRM smart. I told you about that. So the robot coach helps you. The second app is for your open house app. Maybe you guys are better realtors than me, but let's assume that you're similar and that if 20 people come into my open house this Sunday, that you've got the one that's the low-hanging fruit. What's the low-hanging fruit? The low-hanging fruit we love. They walk in the door and they say, oh, yes, I'm looking for a home. I do not have a realtor yet. Would you like to show me houses? Yes, I would. I'm off at 4. I will meet you down the street. Or, oh, yeah, I live in the neighborhood. I'm thinking about selling. I'm actually interviewing agents now. That's great. Which night this week can I come? Because I would love to meet with you. The low-hanging fruit, hopefully we can grab. If you can't grab the low-hanging fruit, we have lots of training. We'll try to get you better because you need to be able to get that one. Now let's look at the other 19. If you're anything like me, have them sign up some kind of sign-up sheet, right? And then you got the best of intentions, but you get home that day and you were tired. It was a long open house, and you'd rather just kick your feet up, have a burger and a beer, and move on to the next day. You've worked hard all weekend. You deserve it. No problem. Monday morning comes, and Monday morning comes. There's all these things going on you're catching up on, and you don't call people. Well, then all of a sudden it's Wednesday or Thursday, and you're like, well, now it's almost embarrassing to call. It's been 4 days. Well, if you're like me, that 19, it keeps moving further and further down your desk, and then eventually you go to clean your desk, you just throw them all in the trash can, and they're never going to be your clients unless they just fell in love with your charm at the open house 6 weeks ago. You're never talking to them again. Well, I'll bet you out of those 19 people, half of them were going to do something in the next year. Not that second, but they were plotting for something. They were looking around because they're thinking about moving, or looking around because they're thinking about selling. Well, what if you had put them all on your open house app when they walked in the door? Well, now they get a text at 5 o'clock saying, oh, thanks for coming to the open house. It was great connecting with you. I'd love to talk with you more. Monday morning, they get put automatically on a buyer email or a seller email telling them about that neighborhood or prospective homes for them to buy. Well, now they're getting a feed from you. They're in your web. You're nurturing them. Now, you're not going to get all 19 to be your clients, but out of those 10 that we're going to do something next year, you got a lot better chance of getting 2, 3, or 4 of them to be your next clients because now you're following up on them, you're nurturing, you're putting them as part of your program or your network now. The third app is your app for buyers. So if Danielle's my buyer client, I sent her a link, and she now can search for homes in my app. Why do I want her to search in my app? Well, a couple reasons. If she doesn't look in my app, where's she going to look? Look, if you're watching this from another company, I'm sorry, I'm going to speak some truth here right now, okay? If she looks in Zillow, what's Zillow going to tell her? Zillow, as soon as she hits any ad, 4 people are going to call her from every other real estate company in town that's paying for the leads and the opportunity to call Danielle. They'll be like, oh, Danielle, I could be your realtor. I could be better and this and that. Well, somebody might be smarter, funnier, or prettier than me. Now all of a sudden they're going to go start working with Danielle's going to start working with them and not me. That's not good news. I don't want that. I don't want her talking to the competition all the time. If she doesn't look in Zillow, where's she going to look? Redfin. Well, every house she clicks in Redfin, they're trying to convince you, you don't need a realtor. Come see the house with me. I'll save you thousands of dollars. You don't need a buyer's agent. Well, I don't like that answer either. I've been working hard with Danielle. I've shown her a bunch of houses. We've cultivated this relationship. I don't want anything to threaten it. Well, if she looks in my app, now she's safe. She doesn't want to be bothered. I don't want to be bothered, her to be bothered. She can make notes on homes. We can connect on homes. It's a safe environment for her to look so we can build that relationship, not worry about it being torn apart. So the apps are great. A few companies out there offer KV Core. Most of them all charge a tech fee, and it's not for free. But the ones that do, they all stop right there when it comes to services. Now, I looked at it and I said, look, there's a couple add-ons here I've got to have. So I paid for these for all the realtors. The 2 add-ons. The first one is called Core Listing Machine. So Core Listing Machine is, at its essence, it is a single property website for each one of your listings for free. Free property website. So you put in listing at Bright, it launches the single property website for you automatically. You can share that website over all your social media automatically. See, it's already automatically going to Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and LinkedIn and all the places you want it to go to. Fantastic, getting notoriety out there. Now, I take it one step further. I would go to GoDaddy.com. I can't do this for everybody because they don't have the system for it, but I would take that free website. I'd go to GoDaddy.com. I'd spend $10, and I'd buy the URL 123center.com. Let's assume the address is 123center. Don't just buy that website. It's probably taken. 123center.com. Now what I'm also going to do is I'm going to pay for a $5 rider on front of the house that says 123center.com. Now what happens? all those social media pages up there that I posted out, it says 123center.com. Everybody driving down the house, everybody in the neighborhood sees, oh, 123center.com, that looks good. They pull it up on their phone before they even get to their own driveway. Everybody that clicks 123center.com out there in the world, they're going to my website, they're getting registered, now all of a sudden they're possible leads and possible clients and friends of mine for the future. You know who else loved 123center.com? The seller. They thought that was amazing. They got their own website with their own URL that they can brag about. Well, I give that to you automatically for free. You pay $10 to get the fancy URL if you want, but I would highly suggest it. The second key addition that I give you is called KV Core Social. So Core Social gives you the ability to be better at social media. So that means it gives you content, I guess is the better way to say it. A lot of us don't know what to say. So you go into the computer and you say, okay, I want to post about Fairfax County, and I want to pick one of the 15 topics they've got. I want to post, or 3 or 4 of them. Say I want to post about mortgage and real estate and gardening and finance. I don't know. Pick 4 or 5 topics you like. They've got a bunch of them in there. And I want to post about Fairfax County. I want to post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Fantastic. It's going to give you fresh, dynamic content going on your social media feeds Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and everybody can look at all those articles. Now, are 100 people going to like every article? No. But it's going to continue to brand yourself in those people's minds every time they see one of those articles. Oh, that's another smart article by Donny. That's another smart article by Donny. You're building that recognition in your head, and that they're now thinking of you as the real estate professional to keep in mind. Now, I'm going to give you a tip, okay? Please read the articles that go up when they get posted to your social media feeds. About a couple of people that get caught blindsided. They get something like, oh, I was reading that article you had about interest rates. It was really interesting. And people are like, what are you talking about? It's like, oh no. It's okay if another system posts the article, but at least you have a working knowledge of the article that you're posting out there. So you don't have to come up with it, but be aware of it. So it's a great thing to get your name out there more and more. So you've got the feeds that we're giving you. Put some of your listings on the social media feed. Put some of your own thoughts. Well, now you got a social media channel that makes you memorable, and gives you continued brand recognition with all your friends, past clients, sphere of influence, all that kind of stuff. So the 2 add-ons are fantastic. The last thing, and I know I've been talking a lot about KV Core, but this is super important, so listen. We give you, for free, a free Facebook ad every single time you list a home on Bright. A free Facebook ad. And every time you put an open house in Bright, we give you another free Facebook ad. Free Facebook ad every time you list, free Facebook ad every time you do an open house. What happens if people click that Facebook ad? Leads right into your database. It's pretty awesome. I had a great story the other day. I was out at one of the lunch and learns I do in Bel Air, Maryland, and Tracy Sims, my manager out there, looked, and she said, Donny, I want to say something. I was like, oh, well, okay, let's see what's going on here. And Tracy said, the other day I was sitting around, and a lead came into our KV Core database, and then another one, and then another one. And I looked around, I was like, Priscilla, did you put out an ad? Celine, Thaddeus, they went to the whole team, and who put out this ad? And nobody put out an ad. Then they remembered, oh, these are the ads. Samson automatically puts them out. We're getting all these leads, and this is amazing. They got 52 leads off this ad. 52. Now, 2 disclaimers. One, they don't all get 52 ads. Let's be honest, okay? The other one is they're not all going to be winners, right? But we're creating more opportunities for you to hopefully make that connection and get new buyers, get new listing leads off every single lead or every single new listing you do in every single open house. Great add-ons for free, creating new business for you for free. So those are all the great things we do with KV Core and our free Facebook ads. The next thing we're going to talk about is our print center after I chug some water here. It's great TV when I drink water, right? All right. So part of what we do at Samson is we have next to me over here in our headquarters in Chantilly, we have a huge print center. We have 3 19-foot monsters machines and then some smaller machines, and we've got 3 great staff workers that work all day, and then somebody comes in nights and weekends just to make sure all the print stuff gets done here. Now, why do we do an in-house print center? Because it's so much more, it's cheaper and more efficient for you all to be able to put out great stuff. We can have super low prices, and we can turn it over quicker, because I think the more stuff you do, the more money you're going to make, the more sales you're going to make, the more it helps all of us. Color printing in general in all of our locations is free. So if you're going to print listing presentations, brochures, Anything you can print in all the other 30 offices, that's free everyday printing. Now, is listing presentation packets everyday printing? Absolutely. Is 1,000 flyers for your church picnic on Sunday? Not so sure that's everyday printing. So don't take advantage of me, I won't take advantage of you. So it's kind of a mutual love there. So free color printing. Now, what do we do at these print centers that's so great? Now, first thing, let's start with postcards. So a lot of you have done postcards or not done postcards, but we have amazing postcards that we do here at Samson Properties. First one, these are our standard postcards. You can't touch these because you're on TV, but if you come in, you can feel real copies of them. You can see them on your screen there as well. But our standard postcards are regular cardstock, and they have a bleed around the edge, which means the color doesn't go all the way to the edge. These worked for me for 13 years. They did a great job, but we got these fancy machines now so we can do better. So what we have now is we have these premium postcards, much thicker cardstock, and the color bleeds all the way to the edge, which you can see is super impressive. This looks great when it hits your mailbox. Now, we give you a lot of postcards for free to start with. When you first join Samson, you get 300 free postcards announcing that you've joined. Great. Your past client's sphere of influence. The reality is, between you and I, most of them don't care where you work. They just like you, right? They used you before. They have a relationship with you. They don't even know where you work half the time. So they're not going to care that much about your switch, but you can modify this. I've got great more tools to help succeed and help me be an even better realtor in the future for you. Well, it's most important, it's a touch point to reach out to those people and remind them that you're in the business and they're the pro that you should reach out to. So a free touch point for all of your 300 sphere of influence, your first 300. Now, on an ongoing basis, once you join, we give you 100 free postcards just listed for every single listing. 100 just listed free. Fantastic. For every open house, we give you 300 free postcards. 300 free postcards to renters. Why renters? Because renters are the next buyers for that house in the open house, or your next person you're going to put in the car and hopefully go find another home for. I'm going to try to help you create more business for you. So 100 just listed, 300 for every open house, free of charge. They say, Donny, what if I want to do more? 300 or 100 isn't enough. Fantastic. I agree with you. Do more. What do those cost? 45 cents, 50 cents each. That's everything. That's the paper, the labor, the labeling it, the taking it to the post office, and the postage. 45 cents each total, 50 cents each total for premium. So you want 200 premium cards, you send in your list, you send in your postcard, we charge you $100, you sit down, wait for the phone to ring, and you to get more leads. That might not seem like a lot, but from a realtor's kid that grew up on the couch, me and my brother, every night, we're putting labels on postcards for my dad for $2 an hour, watching the Orioles games together. It's a big deal. He'd look at me and say, you want to eat? Put on some labels. Yeah, you got to go to work. Come on, let's go, Donnie. So me and Bobby, we know about how hard this used to be to put out good products like this. Do it for 45 and 50 cents each, including postage, is super cheap. And a lot of our top realtors are taking advantage of that. Now, maybe the postcard isn't enough bandwidth for you or enough space for you. We have something called newsletters. So these are 4-page newsletters as they glare off our lights here. So we have a 4-page newsletter. This is fully customizable. You can change whatever you want about it. I'm going to give you a secret. Don't send out my newsletter. It's fine, but it's a starting point for you. If I'm going to invest in a newsletter, I would make it one of 2 different things. Okay, one is a past client, sphere of influence, people I know, people I people I've talked to in my life, either on a personal and or professional level. That is going to be more about you. Maybe your thoughts about the real estate industry, what's going on. Some recent houses that you sold the last couple of months on the inside. Maybe on the back, it even has something about what's going on with your family or what's going on in your life. Remember, these people care about you on some level professionally and personally. Be a real person to them. That has value. The second newsletter I would do is if I'm going to farm a neighborhood or an area. Okay, I'm going to pick out South Riding down the street. If I'm putting that out now, it might be like, good luck to the Little League team. They're in the state championship going on next week. Great, okay? Or, hey, remember, we got the big swim meet, the all-star swim meet next week. Everybody be ready. Come out and support the neighborhood. Or we got a big movie on the town green, whatever it is. Make it about the neighborhood. Then you open it up. You've got recent sales in the neighborhood, recent articles, stuff that's going on in the neighborhood of interest. Hey, guess what? There's a new hair cuttery going in where the food line used to be. Whatever the case may be. Make it about the neighborhood. Now people are going to care about your article, your newsletter. You can't position yourself as a neighborhood expert and not make it about the neighborhood that you want them to believe that you're an expert in. So you got a farm or you've got a past client sphere of influence one. Now, why would I be all over this if I were you? 4 pages, in the mail, postage included, beautiful paper, $1 each. $1 each. That's amazing, amazing value. Let's take my sphere of influence one. If I sent 300 people this 4-page newsletter every month, that's $3,600 for a year. You cannot convince me you're not going to get more than half of one referral that would make that $3,600 back every year. You're going to get 4, 5, 6, 7 referrals on that. Or you take the neighborhood you're farming. There's 500 homes you're farming. 500 times 12 is $6,000 a year. I got to get one listing to make that $6,000 back from that $500 investment. It's worth it. My uncle Casey is one of our top realtors. He's done $95 million his team last year. Casey sends 5,000 of these out a month in Vienna. Is it because Casey likes spending $5,000 a month? No, he probably hates spending $5,000 a month. But every time he sends it out, he gets 2 calls back for $1 million listings. Well, if you told me I'd have the opportunity to get two leads that are going to make me 20, 25 grand each for every $5,000 I spend, I'd do it every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Now, if this costs $3, $4, $5 each, it's a lot more of a risk, right? But for $1 each, this is super valuable. Now, none of this print center stuff is required by any stretch, but they're options that can help you create more and more business. It's options that helped our people go from $3.5 billion to $5.5 billion in sales in the last year. It's because they had great tools like this at below market pricing. I lose money on the print center, and some of the other stuff I'm going to talk about. Why? Because I'm investing in you all making more money, and then we'll see that money down the line. I could charge $2 each for this and make a little bit of a profit, but then you're not as likely to do it, and that's not going to help either one of us. I'd rather put it at $1. You get more business, and we'll see more of it down the road. All right, the next necessary evil in real estate is brochures. So we have 3 levels of brochures. The first level is a 4-page standard brochure. So we have templates on our Cardinal Nest, which I'll show you, but our Cardinal Nest has lots of templates where we can have a 4-page standard brochure. Regular paper, looks good. You can print these on your local printers in your offices, or you can send them into the print center and we'll deliver them out to all the different local offices for you. The next level is where we get into some of this premium stuff because we've got the great machines, right? 4-page premium brochure. This is nice, thick cardstock, looks great, great color, beautiful. Now, when we first rolled this out, our realtor said, that's got to cost $1.52 each, Donny. We're just charging 50 cents each. 50 cents each for a beautiful 4-page brochure. Great value. Now, I would go one step further. If this were me listing homes, I would do the 8-page premium brochure. This is 8 pages of premium goodness. This looks beautiful. Great sharp pictures, bleeds all the way to the edge. It's got my dad's big melon on it. We've got landscape here. We obviously also have portrait options as well. But these are fully customizable, look beautiful, and a great option for you. Now, how much is these 8-page brochure, Donnie? 75 cents each. Just 75 cents each. That's crazy, right? Well, you put 50 of these in your nice listing, that's $37. That's a rounding error when it comes to the money we make on listings nowadays. You can't afford not to have a beautiful 8-page brochure in there. Now, I'm going to be real with you, okay? Between you and I and the fence post, how many houses have been sold by the brochure? 0, 1, very small percentage, right? But who loves them some brochures? I'm going to answer for you because you're on TV, so I can't hear you. The sellers. The sellers love brochures, right? You put this 8-page beautiful brochure in front of them, the seller's like, oh, this is beautiful. I want this at my house. The sellers are going to want this beautiful brochure, and it costs you like nothing through our print center. They're going to love that individual website you give them and this beautiful 8-page brochure you can do it for nothing. Who else sees the brochures? The neighbors. The neighbors see the brochures when they come through. I get people all the time, they'll come in and they'll brag, like, Donnie, it was amazing. I sold the house. I didn't even get the sign up. I barely got the break coming soon up. It was awesome. I didn't have to do any work. That's fantastic, okay? First of all, we have a separate conversation about did you actually get the seller top value? That's a whole separate can of worms, right? But the second one, and more important than me, is great, you did a good job on that home. But building a career in real estate is about doing all of these things consistently, successfully. So if I've done the neighbors, okay, if they've seen you do a beautiful job on signage out front, they've seen your individual property website, they've seen your Facebook ads, they've seen your postcards that we gave you, then they walked in and they saw this beautiful 8-page brochure on the counter. You have done an amazing professional job from beginning to end on this. Now, they're going to be like, oh, man, I don't know if we're selling or not soon, but if we do, we got to call Donny. This guy's a pro. Let's put this in the counter. Let's remember to call him back. That's how you leave a lasting impression in our neighborhood. So the last two things we do in the Print Center are our buyer guide and our seller guide. Let's go find a house. Congratulations, you got a contract. Now what? So these are on our cardinal nest, fully customizable. Take out my name, put in your name. Take out my ugly picture, put in your pictures. But I have written every word of this. This is the buyer guide from beginning to end. This is everything I would tell a buyer from the second we met until closing. Everything I would tell a seller to make sure that I navigate them through the process. Why is this so great? A couple reasons. One, you're managing the expectations of the whole transaction from the beginning. Yes, you're going to have to reiterate some of these things, but you've laid out the groundwork for everything that's going to happen and all the things they can expect, and it makes you look like a pro ahead of time. The next thing that's really important to me is that first impression. Okay, let's imagine you're at your kid's lacrosse game this weekend, and somebody walks up and says, hey, Donny, I'm thinking about buying. Great. Here's my business card. I'll call you tomorrow. Okay, that's fine. Hold on a second. You go to your car, you pull out one of these beautiful buyer guides, you drop this on them. Well, oh man, this is great, Donny. Look, I don't know if we're buying or not, but if we do, we're going with Donny because this guy's a pro. He's given me the whole playbook to the game before the game even started. This gives them assurance that they're working with a realtor that knows it all because you already told them you know it all and it hadn't even started yet. So it's amazing. You can customize these for yourself. Now, how much do they cost? With a free email, you can email out your buyer guys, seller guys to anybody. A lot of people post them on their websites or their email links, lots of cool places you can post them. But if you want to print them, just 10 cents a page. Beautiful book like this. 20 pages, that's $2. That is nothing. I'd have 20 of these buyer and seller guides ready at all times to give out to prospective clients. So a lot of the great stuff that we do here in our Print Center to help make you more successful. All fully optional, but things that will help you succeed and create more business and sell more business going forward. Next thing we're going to pop into here is how we care for our agents. So the first thing that has to do with this is our onboarding customer service agents, our agent services team. So what they do is their main goal in life is to make you feel like family, indoctrinate you from the beginning, and to make sure that you're cared for. So a year ago, I guess just over a year ago now, I started to think about this, and we wanted a lot of you are going to watch this video and be like, all right, I'm all about Samson. I really think this is great. I want to join. But then there's that little part of you that stops short of the goal line or on the 1 yard line. You're like, but change is hard. I don't know. Like, it feels like a lot of work, right? Well, I want somebody to grab your hand, hold your hand through that process, and make sure that it's not hard. It's as easy as it can be. So the second you get signed up with us, then you get an onboarding service and an agent service specialist that will grab your hand, walk you through everything, or sit down, spend the hour with you. You're going to forget half the things I said here, and they're going to indoctrinate you, get you into all of our programs, make sure you're up and going. And then what's going to happen is this. A week later, you're going to forget half what they said. Then they become your lifeline. Remember that show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And you're like, oh, you got stuck on a question, and you got that phone a friend in your back pocket. Well, they're your phone a friend. They're your lifeline. Hey, Melissa, I know we talked about this last week, but I forgot. Can you help me with this? Absolutely. Here's what you do. They either can help you and solve your problem, or worst case, if it's deeper into one of our issues, they'll be like, oh, let me hook you up with our KV Core specialist or SkySlip specialist, or let me get you an appointment with our media guru to get some pictures taken. Whatever it is, we're going to get you hooked up to the right person. So your onboarding service team is a great transition point, and they continue to bring the care once you join Samson. They schedule the happy hours and the bagels and the donuts and the fun and all the fun stuff that help bring our culture together and help us become one big family. So we love our agent services team. Last thing I'll say about them is this. So a year ago when we started interviewing for these positions, we interviewed for one trait, personality. I know it's weird, right? Because my thought was this. We can teach them all the things about Samson so they know all the things to do. But we want these people to be the caring, smiling, fun people that when they walk into the room, you're like, oh, Melissa's here. The room just got better. The day just got better. Those are the people that are going to bring life into our offices and light. Or we got the people like, oh, geez. Oh, man, Parker's here again today. Let me try to slide over here, get off the side, and let me make sure Parker didn't see me today, okay? So we've all got those people in our life too, right? We've got those people that kind of bring us down or the people that lift us up. So we wanted the people that lift you up when they walk in the room to be our onboarding service team. When we move from our onboard services team and you start to get into it with Samson, then we're going to pass you off to our great team of trainers. Our team of trainers are here to help you do whatever it is that you want to do to make yourself more successful. We have great people that will teach you social media one-on-one, postcard, template, brochure training, how to market. Our marketing coordinators help you with all these things on a one-on-one basis to teach you how to do these things, keep you going. We've got 3 amazing video media people that will do headshots for free, personal branding videos for free, help you with anything you need to online to help get you going. We have a full-time SkySlope trainer. We have a full-time KV Core trainer. We've got email copyright specialists that will help you write better. We've got all these things that will help you succeed every single day better, because you can't know all the things, right? But if you want to sit down one-on-one with our people on Zoom or in person or whatever it is, and they'll help you through anything. Now, a lot of them are based in Chantilly and some of them are in Maryland. But what the team also does is we travel around to all the different offices and have huge tech days where you can sign up and meet with all of our different pros and learn everything you can, soak it all in from them. They go around once every week or so to a different office and pour the training onto our locations all over. So they're a great, great asset that you'll love once you get in. They also teach classes that all go up to Samson University. So we have an amazing library at Samson called Samson University. It has 700 hours of video and training on it. You can see some of those running on the screen next to us. In there, we've got lots of training on social media, we've got training on video, we've got training on open houses, and buyer series, and seller series, and SkySlope, and KV Core, and World Series of Prospecting, and everything and anything in the world you can imagine, because we live in a Netflix world nowadays, right? Yes, it'd be great to get to that class 10 to 12 today, but you had something come up or you missed it. Well, in the old days, you missed it. Well, now we can video it, we can package it back up and post it so it looks great on Samson University, and now you can watch it whenever you want to in the comfort of your own home. Now, in person is always better because then you can soak it in, but we want to make sure you can come in. You join tomorrow, you can watch all of our videos on there, that we've been working on. We're adding stuff every single day to Samson University, so it's a great resource that we have there, and you can see some of the classes kind of scrolling across the screen there for you. The next thing that I'll hop over to is our education department. So the education, when I started education, I started with Sarah Mormon. So Sarah is our COO currently. Sarah worked as a Long and Foster broker manager for 10 years, and then Sarah worked at Remax Gateways, their general manager of 6 Remax Gateways for 6 years. Well, 3.5 years ago, her biggest honor during that time period, I think, in my opinion, was she also was my oldest daughter's lacrosse coach. So I kind of knew on a personal level, but she also lived in my area, so we kind of sold against each other in real estate as well. So I would have kind of considered us frenemies at this point. So 3.5 years ago, I said, Sarah, come have lunch with Danny and I. No, I don't want to. Come on, Donny, just come have lunch. Or come on, Sarah, come out. No. Finally, she said, okay, fine. I found out later she only went because she was curious about Danny Samson. I had never met Danny, and she was curious what he was all about. So 3.5 hours later, we left Famous Dave's, and Sarah would have said, where's the brick wall that I'm ready to run through? No, because I'm all in. Now, what was she all in on? She was all in on our passion for being the best education real estate company in the DMV. We wanted to be the best. Now, bless Danny's heart, he thought we were there already, and he would have said, whoa, we're the best. We wanted to be, okay? But I knew we could get there, and Danny and I knew we could get there if we added Sarah to our team. So her first job with us was Chief Business Transformer. She wanted to transform everybody's business for good. It was that mindset that controls everything that we've done and grown from there. She then became our Vice President of Operations, and now she's our COO, and she helps me run the whole company. She also teaches a series called Ninja for free to all of our Samson Realties. Samson Properties Realtors. So Ninja is all about mindset of selling. It's all about negotiation skills, working with buyers, working with sellers, and how we can better succeed with the mental game. Well, Ninja is very similar to Keller Williams. They have something called Bold. They're very similar classes. The issue is most people charge you $700, $800, $900 to take that class. We teach it for free. Sarah's taught over 1,500 realtors Ninja, 1,500. She's going to be back hopefully soon there. We're going to be allowed to teach it in person again hopefully soon, so we'll be able to pour back into people. We do have it all on video if you'd like to watch Ninja on Samson University. We have lots of other great classes. We've got CE classes and the stuff that kind of checks a box, in my opinion. But what we focus on is this. We focus on things that are going to help you make more money. So we're big on open house series, buyer series, seller series, mastermind classes that help us learn from each other, technology series, contract classes. We focus on things that are going to help you become better. The World Series of Prospecting. Tammy Irby is one of our lead teachers. She teaches a Dialing for Dollars class and a World Series of Prospecting class, which is a different standalone prospecting class twice a week that help you get better at different avenues. It might be like, let's convert renters to buyers in this class. Let's how to work with better in our listing presentations or our buyer presentations, or how to work with for sale by owners better. Every class has a different focus that you can take in isolation to get better at real estate. That's where we love what we do, is we're trying to pour in. And again, back to that, creating realtors that go from $3.5 billion to $5.5 billion in the last year. It's all of these things that we're pouring back into you. The next couple of things I talk about when it comes to education are our coaching program and mentoring program. So we give coaching at Samson Properties for free. Free coaching. That's crazy, right? Why do you keep saying that we're free, Donnie? Well, some people that are watching right now might pay $1,000, $1,100 a month for coaches, whatever. It's probably good money, okay? Because I do think coaches can make a profound impact on your life. Now, why do I pay coaches and you get it for free? Because I'm investing in dozens and dozens and dozens of you all every month. I'll pay the $1,000 a month to coaches, but I'm playing the long game, right? If I can help you sell more houses, get better, improve, love working here, be more successful, hopefully you'll use Cardinal Title Group, and hopefully you tell other realtors what a great place this is. To me, coaching is about two things. It's about setting a game plan and accountability. There's a lot of things to do in real estate, but if I can narrow it down and say, okay, these are the 4 things you need to do this week. Sometimes we get paralyzed because we look at all the things going on and we just get paralyzed and we do nothing. Well, if we can set goals and say, all right, this week, these 4 things. Come back next Monday, we'll see how we do. Well, if you give me 4 things to do on Monday and you don't check in, look, I'm a hard worker. I bust my chops and do the best I can, but other stuff might get in the way. I might only get 2 or 2.5 done. But you can bet if I had a coach there Monday at noon to meet with me, I can get all 4 done, because I don't want to come to the class without my homework done and the teacher to get mad at me. So I'm going to make sure I get all 4 things done next Monday. Well, you get all 4 things done every Monday, consistently, successfully, every week, after week, after week. You're not going to recognize the realtor you were 3 and 4 and 5 months ago, because you've improved that much. And now you're a whole different realtor and you have a whole different success rate. So that's why I pour into the coaching program. It's free to you. I'll pay the coaches because I'm investing in all of our success together. The next thing is our mentor program. So our mentor program is required for all realtors that have not done 3 transactions in the last 3 years. Why? 2 buys and 1 list. The mentor gets a cut of your commission, not Samson. Okay, I'm not making any money on it, but it's a 60-40, 60-40, 70-30 split on your first 3 deals. Why? 3 reasons that I do not really make exceptions on the mentor program. But 1, it should be a positive. You should be like, great, I get a mentor. I get 100 great mentors ready to teach you. Why do I not make exceptions? For 3 reasons. 1, I don't care if you're the smartest person in the room, you got an MBA, and you're an accountant and a lawyer and all these things. You haven't been a realtor yet. You haven't been the person in charge of the biggest financial transaction in these people's lives. You do not want to mess this up. I don't want your career to end before it starts because you've messed something up for these people or for yourself or whatever the case may be. The second reason that I'm super obsessed with making sure the mentor program works good is I'm really protecting those clients, right? They're Samson Properties clients. It's not responsible of me to let realtors run out and work with clients as their brand new listing or brand new buyer. They're brand new to the real estate industry, and they don't have a mentor backing them up or somebody there that's there to help them every step of the way. I'm trying to protect the clients. The third reason, and if I'm being honest, it's probably the most important thing to me, is I'm worried about our reputation, okay? My obligation is not to the brand new person coming in and go, no, I'm really smart, I don't need a mentor. My obligation as the CEO here is to the other 4,500 people walking around with Samson Properties on their business card. I am obsessed with making sure that those 4,500 people get a better company to work for every day, every week, and every month. Our reputation is going to get worse and worse if I let hundreds of people walk around and do real estate with no mentor and they're brand new to the industry. I want us to be raising our level as a company every day, every week, every month. So I want to make sure that we're doing the best we can to protect that reputation. I am a somewhat young guy, although the gray hair in my beard would tell I'm older. I'm 40 years old, and I plan on running this company for a long, long time. Well, we're growing pretty big. My last name is on that company, and I want to be super proud of the company that I'm running. And I am, but I want to be more proud every day, every week, every month. And the way to do that is to make sure we're doing stuff the right way. And that begins with having brand new realtors have to have a mentor as they get new into the business. So it's a great thing. Now you get to pick your mentor. We've got 100 different mentors to choose from, all different areas, all different styles. You pick your mentor, but you need that helper to get you going in this industry. The next thing we're going to flip over and talk about here is, as I flip over my pages, our lead generation. All right. Keep your leads. Keep your leads. Something that some companies are doing right now, in my mind, is almost criminal. I know that sounds a little aggressive, Donnie, but they put their company name and their phone number all over your sign. You'd be like, oh, no, Donnie, it's cool. I got a rider on the bottom. It tells my cell phone number. Yeah, it's fantastic. How often are they calling the big phone number across the middle? Well, no. When people call the front desk, Donnie, they always give me my sign. No, how do you know? You don't know that you're getting all your calls. They don't call you and say, hey, guess what, Ethan? We gave away 3 of your leads to other people at the front desk today. That was about $15,000 to $20,000 in business we just gave away to somebody else. They're not telling you that, guys, okay? Well, this has been a passion of Danny's for 20 years. They're your listings. They're your leads. Stop giving them to other people in your company. Stop giving them to your company to give out at a split to somebody else. Now, what do we do to help you accomplish those goals at Samson? First thing, probably stepping off the camera here for Ethan, is we have great signs here. We have a nice logo, and we have 15, 20 different varieties of signs that you can put your name and number on, and you become the focus. So here, Sarah Mormon, her big cell phone number, her website. Who do you think they're calling in this sign? Sarah or Samson Properties in the office phone number on the bottom? They're calling Sarah. Sarah deserves the leads in the office, not the front desk, whoever we're going to give it to. All right? So we've got those options for you in our signs. The next thing we have is maybe you have your own brand. Okay? If you have your own brand, you can keep your brand with Samson. So Shepherd Homes Group, who does he work for? I don't know. Down at the bottom here it says Samson Property and cell phone and our office phone number, which is required. Who are they going to call on this sign? Now the joke is this: if you're paying attention, they're not going to call anybody because they forgot to put their phone number on this sign, which is probably why he gave it to me for free. But the idea would be that his phone number should be across this sign big with his website, but they're not calling Samson, okay? They're going to call Shepherd Homes Group. Now, Chesterfield Homes Group. Chesterfield Homes. Who are they calling? Who does he work for? Well, at the bottom you can see Samson Properties, and at the bottom you can see our office phone number. The focus is on you. It's not about my big ego. I don't need the calls. They're your listings, your leads. Keep your sign leads. Keep your business. Build your brand if you want, or use our brand, which is super big and sold over $8 billion in real estate in the last year. The next thing that we do is all the free marketing services. So a lot of this is review, some of it's new stuff. But all the free things, as a reminder, you get free coaching, free training, free one-on-one social media training, free headshots, free personal branding videos, 300 postcards when you join us, 300 postcards for every open house, 100 just listed postcards. This is new. Stop. Free E&O insurance, free E&O insurance, free E&O insurance. Some of you are paying $500, $600, $700 a year for E&O. Stop it. Just stop giving your company that unnecessary money that they act like it. No, it doesn't cost that much, okay? Now, we're paying for E&O for everybody. And it is a gigantic, gigantic check that once I sign, I want to forget that I signed it and just move on with my life. But you do not need to pay that much for E&O insurance to your current company. Free SkySlope, state-of-the-art transaction management platform. Now, what does that mean, Donnie? So we are a SkySlope company. Now, we were .loop for 4 years. We didn't like the organization part of .loop and the transition for how stuff turns in. We also didn't like that Zillow owned .loop, and I wanted to distance myself from that relationship with Zillow as they've gotten more and more into being a realtor in our space. I said, not so sure it's best that we stay partners. So we transitioned our whole company to SkySlope in January, February, March. Why? Because SkySlope was clean, it's easy, it's a great product, and it's very slick. EXP, Compass, a lot of other big brands do use SkySlope if you haven't heard of it before. So you do not have to use SkySlope for everything in the world. I just need you to turn in your files through SkySlope because it's easy for us to review and approve your file and get you paid quickly. You can use Instanet or Zip Forms or .loop or pen and paper or whatever system you love out there. That's fine. I just need you to, when you're done, you got all your documents, upload them to SkySlope so we can review them quickly and get yourself approved. Now, It also has in there all the forms, and it has e-signature for free and all that kind of stuff. It's a great system. We have a full-time teacher. She actually just walked past the screen back there, but a full-time teacher that will teach you SkySlope whenever you want. She runs classes all the time and does individual help if you need that. The bottom there, it says 7 Samson points for every 100,000 in sales volume. So a point is like $1. So if you sell $1 million in homes, you get 70 points or $70. You can use that for free Samson gear. All right, great, Don. I spent $100 on gear. I got a hoodie, I got T-shirts, I got some coffee mugs. I'm good. Well, after that, people are using all those points for free print center stuff. So if you sell $5 million, that's $350 free dollars in points. $10 million is $700 more free dollars I'm giving you in points that pour back into your print. Sell $1 million in homes, pour that money back into more postcards, more brochures, more newsletters. People are loving, loving, loving. Every house they sell, they can reinvest more money for free on top of all the other free stuff into getting more business through our print center. So that's another great add-on. On the right is just a reminder of all the KV core stuff we give you. Free Facebook ad for every listing, free Facebook ad for every open house, the custom websites, the single property websites, the CRMs, the apps, the market snapshot, the core listing machine, all that great stuff that we give you absolutely free as part of KV Core. So all that stuff is to help you generate leads moving forward. The next page I'm going to hop into, so we've got Samson Instant Offers. That's like Samson's iBuyer platform. So what this does is, in the 30-second version is, you just want options. Now, in this market, most people are going to, especially in the DC area where we can sell our homes quickly for good money, they're going to go on the regular market. But say you need an iBuyer, you need cash quick, or they have a bridge option to you. So you can sell your house, rent it back while you go buy your next house, come back. Once you move, sell your house now full market value. You get to realize all the gains. You just pay the system a 3% admin fee. It's through a company called EasyKnock on the back end. But Samson Instant Offers gives you your own iBuyer platform that you can go out to and advertise to all the clients out there. You can say you got a guaranteed buy program, a guaranteed sell program, a bridge program that'll buy your house so you can go buy the next one. All these are great options just to create more opportunities for yourself business-wise. Even if you never use it, you've got options now to market to get yourself more business. The next thing I'm going to talk about is our concierge services. Now, when I sold, I had a full-time assistant. Great, Donnie. You are the biggest brag. No, it's not because I'm bragging. Why? Because I realized super early when I was 23 years old and new to the business that my best use of my time, energy, and resources was not on creating brochures and doing bright listings and all these kinds of things that are admin work that I could outsource and spend my time marketing, talking to people, having more energy for listing presentations, thinking of the next idea that's going to create business, reaching out to past clients. That's where your time is best. Well, great, Donnie, I can't pay for a full-time assistant. You're right, you probably can't. But what if I offered you the chance to have an assistant on a transaction-by-transaction basis for pieces of the transaction you wanted, and you could pay for it at closing? Well, now I'm interested. Now you got me. All right, Donnie, tell me more. So we have 2 main services, and then we have some add-on a la carte services that you can pick from. These are all Samson staff people that you can use in-house here. So the first one is our listing marketing packages. Basically, they launch the listing. They'll do the bright listing, the brochure, the Facebook ads, the postcards, all that kind of fun stuff. $150 or $250, depending on all the services you want, and then you can pay for it at closing. Now you can do multiple listings in a month or in a week. You can have somebody working all this all day while you're out doing other things instead of stuck behind the desk creating everything for your listing. The second one is transaction coordination. This is your assistant from contract to closing. They're going to make sure you dot every I, cross every T. You could do 99 things right in a transaction, but what is the client going to remember? That one thing that you forgot to schedule, you messed up, that's going to stick in their brain, right? Well, if you have a transaction coordinator, somebody helping you every step along the way, you're much, much more likely to not miss that one thing and to make sure you're great from beginning to end. So you're going to create more referrals. Both these products, what I would look at is I wouldn't say, okay, I'm spending a transaction coordinator, just $150. Most of them in the market right now are $350, $400 for this service. Just $150, and you can pay for it at closing. I lose lots of money on the concierge services. So why do we do it? Because it's helping you become more efficient, more successful, and sell more homes. It's not a profit center for me. It's a help our realtors become more successful program for me. That's why I do it. Now, some might say, well, I don't want to spend this money on it and whatever. Well, I would tell you, I don't think you can afford not to. The 2 times that my assistant was out on maternity leave when she had kids, I got through it. I grabbed on tight and I worked long hours and got everything done. But I would tell you that I missed out on a bunch of business those 6 weeks because of this. I was doing the bare minimum. Yeah, I got out the brochure, I got out the bright listing, but I wasn't doing all the great ads here and all the things that I should do that would have created more business for me if I had gotten all my eyes, everything done that I need to get done. There's another program you can get. It's called Concierge Complete. That's everything on both programs from beginning to end. $400, and you can pay for it at closing. So once in a while, somebody comes to me and they say, Donny, my company does all that for me. You know, they might. They might have somebody that does all that for you. But you know what they also do? Take 20% of your commission to pay for it. Well, I would prefer $400 is 4% of a $10,000 commission. I would prefer, if I was the realtor, to pick and choose what services I want, when I want, even if I want the full court package, it's 4% of a $10,000 commission. Let me choose when I want the service if I don't. Don't automatically charge them to me and charge me 20% of my commission to take care of it and justify it. We give you the control. The next thing we have, which we launched earlier this year, was our a la carte services. This has been fantastic. I like to jokingly call this the Danny Samson plan. All right? We talk all these great postcards. Oh, we'll teach you how to do it. And Danny would say, look, I don't want to learn how to do it. Can somebody do that for me? Yes. We have somebody do everything for you. You want somebody to create a postcard, pull down the addresses, do it all for you, $50. You want a set of all 3 postcards, just listed, just sold, open house, great, $100. We'll do the whole package. You want somebody to do your Facebook ads. You want somebody to do your sky slope, turn all your paperwork in for you. You want somebody to set up your KV core, whatever it is you want done, awesome. $25 to $100, everything in the a la carte option. That's great. Just chips. Now look, if I made it free, people would use and abuse the system. That's not realistic, right? But if you've got a couple dollars of skin in the game, great, you don't care. You're freeing up yourself to do stuff you don't want to do. You'd rather go sell another house than spend hours and hours doing this other paperwork that you're just not that good at and you don't want to do. So those options are available to you as well. The last one, there's realtor services. So realtors, I'm talking to you all from experience, right? Heaven forbid you want to go on vacation. Heaven forbid you want to go to your kids' games Saturday afternoon that are really important to you. We wanted to create an atmosphere where, okay, great, maybe you have a friend that will cover for you when you're on vacation and then they'll cover for you or whatever the case may be. That's great. That's a perfect world, right? Well, what if you don't have friends yet, or you want to build those friends up, or you need a last-minute help and it's an area you're not comfortable? We do have a message board system which you can find friends with, or we have our realtor services. So this is got everything in it. It's got people that will show you houses for $50 an hour. We've got people that will attend home inspections for you, or write contracts for you, or do real estate-related activities for you. They've got hundreds of people in the system ready. So you say, I need somebody to go show 3 houses for me in Centerville tomorrow. Great. Email the concierge service. They'll match you up with somebody. We'll collect your $50 an hour, and we'll pay them out. So you don't have to worry about, oh, do you take check or Venmo or cash, or we'll charge it. We'll be the middleman. Why? We're not making any money on it. The person gets all the money. It's because we want to make your life easier, make you more successful, efficient, and actually be able to have a life where you can go to your kids' games or go on vacation without freaking out. I talked to somebody last week, 2 different realtors I talked to when I talked about this, and they said, yeah, I went away on vacation. I lost 4 buyers while I was gone, and I don't know if I'm going to get them back. And then the other one was like, yeah, 3 people went out looking with other realtors, and I think 1 or 2 of them might come back. You shouldn't have to lose people when you go on vacation. We want to be able to keep those in-house, get you a great Samson Properties realtor to take care of them and be your partner there while you're gone, and then when you get back, at least your clients are still there for you. You'd rather spend $50 or $100 and have somebody take care of them while you're gone and make sure they're still there for you when you get back. So the concierge services are a great thing to help you become more efficient in your business. The next thing I want to talk about is a couple things. One, this isn't even on the chart yet, so there's not even an ad for it, but testimonial tree. We just added this yesterday to our company. Testimonial tree is fantastic. We pay for it for free to everybody. So when you close a transaction, in SkySlope we have all the information, right? We're going to push out right away, we're going to ask for a review from your client. That review comes in and it's great. It's going to post automatically to your website and any feeds that you've set up or we've set up for you, whether it's your Facebook or your in LinkedIn or whatever profiles you want to link up to. People want to see great referrals and great recommendations online. But you know what? We don't ask for them. I didn't ask for them. I did 500, 600 transactions. I got like 8 referrals. A couple of them gave them to me. Once in a while I got bold and asked for one. We don't want to ask for them, right? Well, Samson Properties will ask for you. We'll send out the survey. they'll automatically post the places. You're going to wake up in 6 months, all of a sudden you got 15 great 5-star reviews all over the place. And that'll build. It's going to build up your reputation, our reputation, help all of us grow. So we just launched Testimonial Tree for free to all of our agents. Great add-on for Samson. The next thing I talk about is our Zachem app. We give you a free app. It's a remote EMD deposit. So you take a picture of the front, you take a picture of the back, you click the Samson logo, automatically goes into EMD. Super efficient. You don't want to drive to Chantilly or Silver Spring, which are our 2 accounting hubs. You don't want to put it in the mail and wonder when it's going to get there with the USPS nowadays, right? So you or your client can do it. You can load it up, click Samson, take pictures of the side, automatically into EMD, which is great. Next thing I'm going to talk about, I'm going to get into our website, our Cardinal Nest in a second here. But before I talk about teams, we actually want to, we're not saying you have to be in a team, but we want to be pro-team and help you grow your team. Not only do we set it up financially to be great for you, but we have something called Team Hub. Team Hub is like, think of it as the matchmaker for teams. So people can come in, they can post a picture of their team, a profile video of their team, do a couple paragraphs about their team, and then people can click the button and watch the whole video about that team. Well, that's great. The team leaders can advertise their teams, and then the team people, say you come in, maybe you're newer to the business or a year, 2, 3 in, you're like, I think I'd like to join a team or consider it. We can go through the dozens of teams that are in Team Hub, pick out the 2 or 3 that look like people, oh, I might want to join this team. I want to talk to them. They work in my area. They're in Vienna. They're in Chantilly. They're in National Harbor, wherever it is you're at. Now you can go interview with these teams because you've gotten a flavor for what they're about before you walk in. So it's a great way for team members to find a team or team leaders to help grow their team if they want to, all within our atmosphere. So Team Hub is a great place for that. The next thing we've got is our Cardinal Nest. So our Cardinal Nest is our intranet website. Our intranet has everything and anything you would want in it, and it's fantastic. I could go for an hour just on Cardinal Nest, but it has everything Samson Properties under the sun. So when you log into the Cardinal Nest, on the dashboard there, you're going to see our videos, our calendars, our recent classes that are going on. We're going to make announcements. We're going to thank. I told you I can't pay you, I can't make you, and I can't incentivize you to use Cardinal Title Group, but I can thank you a lot. So on there, we're going to thank every single person that used Cardinal Title Group the day before right on our homepage. We've got a resource section that shows every single document, every single brochure, every single postcard, everything in our web all in one spot. Our top agent resources is like my favorite top 20. It's got my market reports for 19 different markets that we pull them down for right now. We've got print center for order forms, concierge order forms, all the different things, full listing presentation templates. Our buyer and our seller guide, we put all that in an easy place for you to find. You've got calendars all over the place that you can see all the different events coming in. I do a weekly market update, which is a 10 or 15-minute video which talks about the market, talks about every class coming up this week, talks about everything Samson, so you can get a snapshot of everything you need to see at Samson in one spot. We play our sales meetings live there. We play everything live right there on the Cardinal Nest for you to watch any class you want, whenever you want. It's got links right over to Samson University where you can see inside the university and see all the different videos that we've got going on there. We've also on the left, we've got agents and staff directory. So on there you can see all the different agents and all the different staff. You can sort. Let's say you're in Chantilly and somebody wants to sell and move to Richmond. Well, you can click, give me the Richmond realtors that have been in the business at least 5 years. It's going to point out all the Richmond agents. You can call them, make a referral, and all of a sudden you can connect with somebody in Richmond to sell that home. So it's a great place to meet, to make connections and reach out through with all of our staff directory. It's also got pages up there for brokers. It's got pages for Samson staff, Cardinal staff, First Heritage staff. Now on the issue of brokers real quick, we've got almost 30 brokers that we pay to serve all of our agents. A lot of our local managers are brokers, and then we've got some in our hub here in Chantilly. Mike Briggs is our managing broker. He is the best in the business. Mike has been a broker here, and the story is true. My dad literally in 2004 got on his hands and knees and begged Mike to be our managing broker because my dad knows what he is and what he isn't. My dad he's got a great personality, he's got a great mind for marketing, he's got lots of energy, and he loves to lead people and give them ideas to help them make more money. But what he hates and what kind of drains him is the contracts, the legal issues, the negotiations. So he had to get the best in the business, and that was Mike to fill that void, to be the yin to his yang. So Mike is the rock for all of our agents when it comes to whenever they need that broker support. And that extends all of our footprint, but it all leads with Mike. The other couple things we've got on there which are awesome is we have a message board system. All 4,500 realtors are in our message board system. We've got 14 key message boards there where you can sort. So if you want to look for open houses, you go to the open house board. You got contract questions, you go to the contract. So you can interact with each other, help each other out, and it's one big community in the message board system, which we love. The last kind of key link I'll link on, that just kind of across the screen now, is office locations. So our office locations, it's super easy to go to. Let's say you're in Chantilly right now, and you're out in Alexandria showing houses today. You can click on the Alexandria page, shows you everything about that page. Shows the pictures of it, addresses of it, managers, admins, everything you could want to know about that price. Most importantly, it gives you access information. So it'll show you every office has a central lock or a combo box outside that you can use to help go get the key, go in, access the office. It's got Wi-Fi passwords, printer codes, everything you need to be successful. When you're done, lock it, put the key away so the next guy can use it and move on. So you have 24/7 access to all of our Samson locations through the Cardinal Nest. So the Cardinal Nest is the hub of everything we do. What you can see in these screenshots here is it's just a great place that you can find everything, information, and be connected with each other in one spot. After the Cardinal Nest here, I want to close with a couple different thoughts here. I'm nearing the end here, I promise, is our culture. So before I talked about be nice, be professional, pay it forward. We're all about family, integrity, education, giving back, and innovative. Those are a lot of the key things that kind of help they kind of help embody the culture that we want at Samson Properties. Two things that are really important to our culture that I want to fill in here is, one is our sales meetings. So we have 3 sales meetings a month. They're not mandatory. Don't get scared. But we do 2 in Chantilly in our headquarters right here, which you can attend in person or watch live on the Nest. And then our second Wednesday of every month, we go to Maryland, and we travel around to the different Maryland offices. We get to go see everybody, engage with everybody, and focus on a few Maryland, D.C. topics that are specific to those areas if we didn't hit them in our company-wide meetings. They're a great way to extend our culture. Now, we do not do boring sales meetings. We don't let people stand up and say, "Hi, my name is Donny, and I have a new listing in Centerville, and it has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and it backs to trees." Nobody cares, okay? I'm sorry, that was mean. But they don't, right? They can find that in Bright. There's other avenues for that. What we want to do is we want to talk about what's going on in the industry, what's going on at Samson, what are some new tech tips, what's going on in the market, what are you seeing in negotiation, how's your traffic? When you sell real estate, you only have what's going on in front of you. What have you accomplished? What have you seen in your day-to-day life this week? But if we bring everybody together, now you can know what Loris thinks and what Madonna thinks and what Josue thinks and what Ethan thinks and Donnie and Sarah. And now we can all together figure out what's going on in the market, and you can get the experience of everybody all in one. So our sales meetings are a great place. We have a lot of fun. We joke around probably too much at times, but that's what we're about. We're about professionalism, growing together, but also having some fun while we do it. The last thing that goes to our culture is our Samson Festival. The video going up right now, you're probably loving, is our festival is our big party of the year. It's October 23rd this year, so make sure you join before the 23rd so you can come join the festival. You and your whole family get to come out, and it is the best day of the year. From noon to 10, we have an all-day party. We've got music on 2 stages all day. We've got food, drinks, zip lines, pony rides, dunking tanks, mechanical bulls, everything under the sun you can imagine. We have just an amazing day as a family, because we think of us as, yes, they're family owned and the Samson family is a part of it, but we are one big family as a company. We're growing together. So, we could have the boring happy hour somewhere in December, or we could have the big all-day festival as our company party. So we do it this way. We're super excited. So it is a great day that I'd encourage you to come and bring your family out. Like, I got 4 daughters myself. I know everybody just paused for a second when I said I had 4 daughters, and they're awesome. They're the love of my life. But they have a pretty good life. I'm not going to lie. It ain't tough being a Samson girl right now. But their favorite day of the year is the festival. They love it. They look forward to it. My oldest daughter's 15 the other day, and she said one of her travel lacrosse tournament was going to be on this day. She goes, "Well, I don't care. I'm not going to my tournament. I'm going to the festival." She'll never skip lacrosse for anything, but she wasn't going to miss the festival. So that's how much fun it is as a family to get out there and have that party. So a couple company rules, and I'm going to close up. These have to do with commissions. So I believe we have 4,500 independent contractors at Samson Properties, and I want to let you run your business the way that you want to run your business. Now, What I do is, imagine you're bowling. I set up a couple bumpers. The bumpers are there to make sure that we're protecting our reputation. You can stay in your lane here. All right? So what does that mean, Donnie? When you're working with buyers, you can give away whatever cash back you want. You don't have to ask my permission. You want to give your cousin 2% back, or your best friend, or somebody called you and wants to buy $1 million house, they want half your commission, that's fine. You do it, no problem. Now, what I say is you can't advertise more than 1% cash back, because what you advertise affects all of us in our reputation. So do whatever you want person to person, but you can't advertise more than 1% cash back. Now, on listings, we have a couple rules. One, you must give out at least 2.5% in Bright. At least 2.5% or higher and Bright. We don't allow the 2% or 1.5% co-ops. Why? Because I'm trying to protect the real estate industry. I'm trying to protect buyer agents. I don't want to be a part of the race to the bottom with giving out 2 and 1.5 and 1% out just to get the listing. Look, I want you to get the listing whatever means necessary. But if us as a buyer agency industry, we already moved from 3 to 2.5. If I help all of us push down to 2, we're never getting back up there. So I'd like to keep our commissions for our buyer agents as high as we can. So you cannot give away less than 2.5%. Now, you can charge whatever you want. If your next door neighbor wants to list and you've got to have that house because you do not want to drive by somebody else's sign every day, you charge them whatever you want. You want to charge them 3, 3.5, 4, that's up to you. Okay? Maybe it's about, I want to charge him a low amount because he has lots of friends and I want to get a sign in this neighborhood and I want to start the ball down the hill of being the best agent in this neighborhood, but you need a place to start. Great. Take the first 2 at a lower price. That's on you. Now, the only thing I regulate is what you advertise, because again, it's about a reputation. You cannot advertise less than 4.5% in print or website or anything like that, because that's, if I let Ethan send out 20,000 postcards around town saying I'll list your home for 1%, well, that affects all of our reputation. So you can't advertise less than 4.5%. You can't give out less than 2.5% in Bright, but you're allowed to do whatever deals you want out there. It's your business. It's your money. You know, I tell the story about my wife. Her first listing, she took a 3.5%. She gave out 3% 15 years ago. Well, at the time, she said, Donnie, what should I do? And I said, what else are we doing? You might as well take it, right? She made a 0.5% on the listing. It was $2,000 commission on a $400,000 house. But in the next year, that guy gave us, my wife and I, $65,000 in leads from people that he knew. Turns out he was a lender. Go figure. He liked the pretty 24-year-old blonde girl that took care of his clients. All of a sudden, he was giving her more leads. I know, it's a joke, and I just made fun of my wife. No, but it's good. But she did a great job on that listing. She got experience, and we had $65,000 in business, which launched our young careers as 24-year-olds into the business. So that was a big deal to us back then. Now, if she had said, no, I'm only doing it if it's 5 or 6%, she never would have had that opportunity. So you get those decisions to make yourself, but know that I give you the flexibility to make them at Samson Properties because it's your business to run, not mine. I just set up goalposts to make sure that you're not hurting our reputation along the path. All right, closing up here. You've heard me for an hour and a half probably. I don't know what the time is. I know it's been a while. Talk about a lot of things. Hopefully you've gained from me that it's never about how much I can charge you. It's always about how much I can make you better, more successful, make more money, keep more money, enjoy life better. I ask for one thing in return to help this big circle go around. Try to use Cardinal Title Group. Try to use them as much as you can. Now, with that ask comes great responsibility, and I understand that. So some of the biggest strides we made in the last 3 years as we've gone from a great company to a super great company is we've made an amazing leap in Cardinal Title Group at the level of employee we've gone. And we've done that because we have great realtors come in and they say, hey, I know Jill, and I know Jill over here. I know Debbie over here. I know Jim over here. Great. Will they be willing to talk to me? Because I will hire them. The way that we get great at Cardinal is hiring more great people. Quick story, and I know I should be done. 2 years ago, we had 2,000 realtors, and 55% of our buyer clients use Cardinal Title Group. Tremendous. Tremendous. Any company in the world would love that capture rate with their title. 2 years later, we now have 4,500 realtors, which is amazing. And that percentage has got to go down, right? You're bigger, you're wider, whatever. It's up now to like 66, 67, 68% but 10 minutes a month. Up. 67, 68% of the people are using Cardinal Title Group. That's insane. It's because they do a great job. You know, it's not just, I think people start using Cardinal Title Group because I asked them to. They keep using Cardinal Title Group because they do a great job. Now, did that battery go down from everybody or just me? Okay, just me. So we lost my feed here, which is fine because you guys can still see me. But they keep using Cardinal Title Group because they do a great job. You can join Samson Properties and try to use Cardinal Title Group. And if it doesn't go so good, what percentage of the time are you going to use Cardinal? 10, 20, 25% of the time? Maybe, right? But if they do a great job, you're going to use them 60, 70, 80, 90% of the time because it completes this win-win circle. I take care of you. You try to use Cardinal Title Group. We use that money to pour back into you, and everybody succeeds. So it's an amazing, amazing relationship that we have going on, and Cardinal does a great job, and that's where I ask you to try to help me out. Those are all the many, many, many words that I plan to say today. I really appreciate your time in watching everything that we had to say at Samson Properties and about our company. And we've got a video camera switch situation coming at me here. I think he's going to get me back up and live. Do they hear me or just not see me or neither? They hear me? Okay. There you go. Ethan's very fast right now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer any text questions that you guys might have. If you texted any questions. Do we have any questions there, Mr. Harris? No text questions today. That's great, fantastic. Well, look, I really appreciate all the time that you spent watching our video today and just hearing me maybe for the last couple minutes, which is fine. But I would encourage you that if you want to learn more about if you want more information about Samson, you can download that booklet. You can call me, email me. I'd love to chat with you. We do these lunch and learns in person once a week all over the place. If you'd like to come see us in person, it's going to sound very similar. I'm not going to lie to you. But I'd love for you to join Samson Properties. I make one promise to everybody before I close up here. If you join Samson, I'm not ever going to promise we're going to be perfect. But I can promise you this. I will work tirelessly to make sure this company is better every single day, every single week, and every single month. A better company with a better reputation, with more tools for you to succeed and flourish as a realtor. Promise I will take care of you like family and create a company for you to succeed. Thank you so much for your time and watching our whole video today. I look forward to hopefully meeting you in person and seeing you around Samson Properties Hall someday soon. Have a great day.
Lately